Today is International Family Day, and the theme for the celebration is Men in Charge, Gender Equality and Children's Rights in Contemporary Families. Now here on News Desk, we want to look at men in charge at home, precisely the house chores, obviously. So some very interesting twists there. But how much would men do in keeping the home and the family? Now, which is the man's job and the woman's job? Do you believe in sharing responsibility with regards to house chores between the man and woman? Well, joining me in the studio, and I'll be speaking to one very big personality right here at Multimedia Group in the person of Samir Enchi. He's head of sports right here, and we'll be having a brief chat on this particular. But you could also join us on our various social media platforms on this particular and what you make of it. Indeed, is there something set aside for just men, or there's something for women? Or, well, I mean, we could just do anything just so we could keep the home as we should. Mr. Enchi, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
So, I don't know how to start this, but okay, for starters, do you do any home chores, any house chores?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I do. You wake up, you need to ensure that the environment within the home, within the family, is conducive enough for the whole family. So I contribute. Yeah.
So how much would you do as a man in taking charge of the home?
Well, broadly speaking, let me just classify the home responsibilities, if you like, the family responsibilities into three. You want to look at household maintenance, where you look at fixing electricals and other home projects that you want to do. Certainly that is a man's job. You, the man or the head of the home, must ensure that in building a strong family environment, the gadgets, the appliances, when they are not working, you must ensure they work well.
So you see certain jobs in the house, or certain chores in the house as for men, strictly?
Yeah, I believe so.
Really?
Some of them. You see, they overlap. It doesn't mean you won't do others. I mean, for instance, when the man is traveled and the wife is left with the kids, the wife won't say that my husband is not in and the iron is not working, so I won't get an electrician, so to speak, to fix it. The second responsibility will be put under what we call the household chores, where the main issue is whether we should share, or I think couples, for that matter, for instance, if you don't have kids who are grown-ups, you should take it upon yourself to do. I won't put it bluntly under sharing the response, so that the wife at any time will want to tell the man, you have to go and do this. This is not done. Have you done this? Then it's like one is becoming a watch. The what door role is being played, and there's that
so you don't want to put it bluntly, but I want to ask bluntly. Do you wash your wife's clothes?
I do.
You do?
I do. Contemporary times, we are lucky to have the washing machine at home.
Okay, so you just dump them in the machine.
Exactly.
And
in homes where there's no washing machine and the woman, well, I mean, there's nothing wrong. For instance, if the woman is taking care of the baby, feeding the baby, you've woke up Saturday morning and you are washing, we will say, I mean, traditionally, the responsibility, the woman will wash, then the man will iron. I know some men will not do anything. Once they come and they dump the laundry there, Monday morning or anytime they want to put something on, they go, hey, where is my socks, where is my singlet and my boxers and all that. I'm saying that you should take it upon yourself to help. The environment must be healthy, and both of you not share, but when there is something to be done in building the family, which we all know is the basic unit of society. I mean, in family in this wise, we're all looking at the nuclear family. I mean, we men of today believe that, yes, we will not break the ties from our extended families, though, but as far as our homes are concerned, we do everything together. It's the husband, wife, and the kids. And I'm saying that I was classifying. So apart from the household maintenance, apart from the household chores, then there is the child care. If you have a child at home, I mean, feeding the child, bathing for the child, and all that. It's not something that should be left for the woman alone. In our homes, most women do a lot of the household chores and then the child care. You see the man reading newspapers, gathering with friends, going out, going to even wash the car or joining friends. Now, I know a lot of middle income guys who want to play football, want to play tennis at home and all that. I'm saying that it's not sharing, but it's about ensuring that the environment in the house is strong, and for that matter, you contribute your quota. You don't demand. The woman should not, for me, demand on the man that yes, there's no. Nowadays, quickly, the stews are prepared. Even in the era of doom, so we still want to keep some in the freezers and the fridges. And the man, is it a sin or will it be inappropriate for you to prepare the rice or whatever food you get home early than the woman? Now, we are all working. You see, you don't want to wait for your wife to come home before you eat. You would have had
Now, you've told me a lot of things you do. I'll be asking you pretty shortly what you wouldn't do at home. It's a no-no for you. Certain chores. But let me speak to Kofi Tando. He's joining us over the telephone right now. Well, he's also he's a family man. He's with the Contemporary, a very young gentleman who got married not too long ago. So, Mr. Tando, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, partner.
So, I'm told you're a very hardworking man and you do a lot of house chores. How true is that?
It depends on how you find out.
Okay, so now the question is, many say that as a man, you need to be the man. You need to be the one giving the orders and not necessarily going around and doing all these chores. Is that an assertion you agree with, and why so?
For me personally, I don't like. I have a personal.
Hello.
Do a lot of things myself.
Mr. Tano, can you speak up a bit?
I don't really allow people to be because you probably almost marketed right there. So
okay, all right. Kofi Tando's line is not too clear there. We'll try and bring him back over the telephone and so that you can answer that particular question. Why the man has to, delegate his powers, push them aside and do what ordinarily some would say what women are supposed to be doing in the homes. But I still have Mr. Irenchi right here, some of Irenchi here with me. So I was asking that what are the things that you wouldn't do? You wouldn't do, under no circumstance would you do them?
It hasn't come to mind yet. I mean, what is it that would be abnormal for a man to do to keep your home? In Nakan, there is this adage that when you do things for yourself, washing your own clothes, washing your wife's clothes. I've told you, you just dump them in there. So, yes, I know in time past when your mother came to see you washing your wife's, he said, oh, the woman has bewitched you or something. And it brought a whole lot of confusions. I know in the remotest parts of our country, it may be happening. But for us young men and women who are coming up, I'm saying there is nothing wrong. So to answer your question, I've not thought of anything that I would say in my home, I won't do for my family. And this one is for the woman. No.
I see. Kofi is back on the line.
Of course, okay. Quickly, maybe in terms of the household chores, the meal preparations, not every man knows how to cook.
Do you cook?
I cook some meals.
What kind of meals?
Let
me speak to Kofi now. We'll come back and have a much more lengthy discussion on that. So, Kofi, you were telling me about why you think it shouldn't be a big deal for a gentleman to do the house chores.
Yes, like I was saying, for me, cleaning is something that I like to do for myself. I don't really like people cleaning for me. So I would rather do the cleaning myself so that I'm satisfied with it. And since we share the same space, I don't think I can clean one portion of the house and say that that portion is left for you to do. So I might as well just do it all at one go and everybody is at peace.
The concern for many is that as a man, if you go ahead and do such things or you subject yourself to such things, well, some will say you've been jinxed by the lady. Others will say, you know what, you may even end up losing your respect, either by the lady or her family members or even her colleagues. Is that not something you're worried about?
Well, like Uncle Sam was saying in the studio, in times past, your mother would come and visit you and see you doing cleaning and cooking and would say that you've been bewitched. But then you should ask her, why was she asking you to do those things as a child? It's training that they were giving you and hoping that when you get to your home, you would use them. So I don't really think it's much of a big deal if you've been given training to clean and do certain house chores, and once you are in your own house, you apply that training that you've been given.
To an extent, how would you say this has helped build your marriage? Let me ask that.
Well, it's made life easier for everybody, I guess, because when I'm not there, I don't have to worry about certain things, and when she's not there, she doesn't have to worry about certain things. I mean, I can make survival food, so I won't starve. I won't die of starvation, and I can clean, so the house won't be dead. I can survive, and I know that when I'm not there, she can change a light bulb or change the plug or a switch or something. So at least you know that there isn't that much of a gap when either of us is not there.
So, Kofi, let me ask, assuming your wife was indisposed or probably ill, and you had to take care of a child maybe for a whole day or probably a whole week, would that be a difficulty?
Yes and no.
Okay. Why so?
It will be a difficulty because I don't have certain expertise that naturally women have. And it won't be that difficult because I like it. I can manage my way around.
If you speak of expertise, if you speak of expertise, what kind of expertise are you talking about?
You see, naturally, women know what to do to a child when the child is crying. I mean, for example, one time my wife was out and I had the baby, and the baby would do nothing but cry, and I didn't know what to do. So I would just sit there, feel helpless, and watch the baby cry. I tried everything that I know to do for a child when a child is crying, and I couldn't get it. So I just managed. So she came back and held her daughter and made her stop crying.
Okay, so if I'm to deduce anything from what you are saying, some duties are better suited for ladies or for women.
Oh yes, naturally, there are certain things that are properly cut out for men and some are cut out for women.
I see. All right. Thank you very much, Kofi Tando, for your time on the show. Kofi Tando is a very young man. He got married not too long ago. And well, he's been sharing his thoughts on this particular one. And I still have with me Mr. Yonchi, Samuel Yonchi. He's head of sports right here at Multimedia Ghana Limited. So let me
ask. One of the specific duties, breastfeeding.
Breastfeeding.
You can't do it.
Okay.
I want to believe when Kofi's wife came home, she might have given the baby the breast. Even that some men tried.
But there are some artificial things you can do.
Yeah, you see, in contemporary times, we've made it a normal thing. You see, in time past, there are certain things our fathers didn't do. You know, sweep. I didn't see my father sweeping. Yeah. I know my father's brother who would not let the wife, not that the woman did not know how to wash, but he prefers doing the laundry himself.
Okay.
You understand? That doesn't make it his responsibility, but I'm saying that, yes, breastfeeding, those natural stuff, yes, it's a no-no for a man. Of course, you don't try to do those things. But in the family, keeping the home and ensuring the family environment is healthy for the family, I don't think we can say that this is a woman's world in the home and this is the man's world in the home.
Okay. In wrapping up, I just want to ask this quick question. I know you're a very busy person. I see you almost all the time going up and down, doing one thing or the other. Now, how much, to what extent has your work affected your family?
Affected, the word may be influenced.
Influence.
In the semantics, probably. But not much, because you need to plan. You need to plan your activities. You need to, by 5:30, 6 a.m., you should be at the office, and you will leave late afternoon, sometimes in the evening. You need to communicate, and that is a collaborative communication, very effective for the family. Today being International Day of everything is communication. Everything is building a system between you and the woman, and for that matter, is a grown-up child. And that, yes, there are times when there is a grown-up child in the home. The system has been built to the effect that when the mother, the father is not there, the elderly child takes care of the home. And because certain things have been done already, taking the stew out of the fridge, for instance, when there is feeding, and cooking rice, cooking PC or whatever. There should be some system arrangements made for the family at home that it makes life easy, as Kofi said, for everybody at home.
Okay. Thank you very much. Samuel UNT is head of sports right here at Multimedia Group, and we're taking a break. And when we come back, we have a lot of business stories for you. Stay with us.